closer to home. And New South Wales Labor this morning, they are voting on having a new leader just 3 months after Michael Daly stepped down following his state election defeat. Let's go live to our reporter on the ground outside New South Wales Parliament, Caroline Marcus. Caroline, good morning to you on this rather foggy and chilly winter's morn in the harbour city, where state Labor, yes, they've bided their time, let the federal election come and go before they now elect their new leader. But tell us about the two in question.
Well, good morning, Jim and Leanne. The two contenders are Shadow Transport Minister Jodi McKay and Shadow Water Minister Chris Minns. Now, they're both from the right faction of the New South Wales Labor Party, and they agree on a lot of policies, but only one candidate has the backing of head office and New South Wales General Secretary Kayla Murnane, and that is Jodi McKay. Chris Minns doesn't really get on with her at all. There is a bit of ancient history there. So she is not supporting him in this campaign. And she runs all the state campaigns. So it will be interesting to see what happens. Jodi McKay told me this week she is confident that she has the numbers in caucus. But for the first time in state's history, rank and file members of the party will have a say in who leads New South Wales Labor, the opposition party here in the state. Under rules introduced by former Prime Minister Kevin Rudd, rank and file votes get equal weighting to that of the 15-member caucus who are voting in Parliament here this morning. Already 11,000 rank and file votes have been returned to Parliament. They were closed off last Friday, and in just under an hour's time, the members of the Labor caucus will be meeting here at Parliament to cast their votes in a secret ballot. We are expecting a result this afternoon.
Caroline, you've been following this very closely for us. From a casual observer's view, and it's not often you get to say this about a leadership battle, but it seems to be one competition or contest that has been run quite fairly and without any sort of open infighting either from the factions or from the two themselves. But when you mentioned the voting style, given that so much rank and file weight is put on this ballot, it's hard to get a real read on just who might have their nose in front this close to it.
That's right, Jim. Well, it's a very democratic process, and it is difficult to say who's going to be in front. As I mentioned, Jodi McKay thinks she has the numbers in caucus, although it is said to be very close. Both camps say that it's pretty evenly split, but it is difficult when you look at the rank and file members. That's really a big unknown. Having said that, the fact that there has been quite a big return vote from rank and file members, about 18,500 ballots were sent out, more than 11,000 were returned. That is considered quite a good hit rate. That is said to possibly benefit Jodi McKay because she has been in the party for longer. She's been a more senior member of the party, more well-known. So that might work in her benefit, but really it's hard to say. I might just make the point as well, there hasn't been much infighting in this contest, but there have been some dirty leaks. Both candidates faced questions over donations and whether they received improper donations earlier in their political career. They both defended themselves over those allegations, but both say that they weren't responsible for leaking against the other side.
Yeah, wouldn't quite be a contest without a little bit of argy-bargy in the backgrounds, would it, Caroline? Great to catch up with you. I know it's a busy day for you. We'll let you get back to it, and of course we'll be chatting through you right throughout the day here on Sky News Live. Caroline Marcus there outside New South Wales Parliament. On a day state Labor will be electing its new leader, and for Jodi in particular, of course, grew up in a little country town of Gloucester.
Right.
Was a former journalist herself, and now just might make it all the way to the top of the tree in terms of state Labor. It has been quite the journey for her, and for Chris Minns for that matter,